Gainesville, Florida, for all the lip-biting, gut-check suspense we anticipated during Billy Napier's debut season, this game was supposed to be one of the outliers. One of the nice and easy ones. But these days the Gators, like Ike and Tina, don't do anything nice and easy. 18 Florida entered as a 24-5-point favorite over USF, which had lost 23 of its last 24 against FBS opponents. That slump stretched to 24 of 25, but only because the Bulls self-destructed in the final 44 seconds. In comfortable range for a game-tying field goal at Florida's 19-yard line, USF lost 14 yards when an ankle-high shotgun snap eluded quarterback Gerry Bohanon. Bulls kicker Spencer Shrader ultimately attempted a 49-yarder, and even that execution turned lousy thanks to a messy hold. Shrader's knuckling line drive slipped wide right, and the Gators escaped 31-28. Their three-game homestand, brought to you by the makers of Pepto-Bismol, saw Florida 2-1, twice spared overtime thanks to the opposing team's gaffes. If you were stunned by Cam Rising's ill-fated throw into the end zone, take a gander at whatever the hell transpired on USF's hoopsie snap. Afterward, Napier strung together a series of compliments toward USF, 1-2, offering a healthy helping of respect for his longtime friend, Bulls head coach Jeff Scott. The South Florida team that I watched tonight is a high-quality team. The team we played tonight showed up and executed pretty well. They were coached well, good design, a good handful of skilled players that blocked us, made it hard on us at times. I know that sometimes that's part of the media profession, but in our world, I don't really care about who they played or what their record is or what the outside world thinks about it. We beat South Florida tonight, and I think they've got a good football team. Head compliment Elmer Fudd's diction. Look past the courtesies Florida's head coach extended from the podium, and for a more accurate read on how the team actually felt, absorb these nuggets of unvarnished truth from running back Montrell Johnson. I don't think they could play with us, to be honest with you. We have to get better as a team. It was kind of like we lost. Everyone knew that we could have played better. Nobody was really excited about the win. Johnson produced 103 yards on 6 carries, highlighted by a 62-yard touchdown on which he dusted the USF secondary. With Florida trailing in the fourth quarter, he added another 18-yarder that set up a first-and-goal situation. What should have been a pounded home scenario turned into Anthony Richardson's 4th interception in 2 weeks, the mercurial quarterback failing to put enough air on a back-shoulder throw to Justin Shorter in the end zone. Napier said Richardson had the flexibility to check out of the called running play after USF loaded the box. I have no problem with the decision to throw it. We're approaching the juncture where giving Richardson such latitude is problematic. As the third-year sophomore commits game-killing mistakes, perhaps it's in the team's best interest to make hard and fast play calls, especially when the goal line is 5 yards away and you're trailing USF 28-24. Florida overcame Richardson's miscue moments later when nickel defender Tre'Vez Johnson scooped up a tipped pass for an interception at the USF 28. No more passing for Richardson this time. Trevor Etienne punched in the go-ahead on 4 consecutive runs. With 5:05 remaining, USF did nearly everything right to answer. It moved from its 30 to the Florida red zone in 8 plays. Even with that 14-yard subtraction, the Bulls finished with 286 rushing yards, 6.2 per carry. Battie piled up 150 yards and Bohanon tacked on 102. They gashed Florida despite Bohanon having his own accuracy issues, 12 of 28 for 116 yards and 2 interceptions. One of those interceptions turned into a pick six on a terrific play by reserve cornerback Jalen Kimber, the Gators' first since CJ Gardner-Johnson returned an interception 53 yards against Michigan in the 2018 Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. USF also lost a fumble when receiver Xavier Weaver tried to balance himself on the turf. The Bulls punted only once, ran 74 plays to Florida's 48 and converted 8 of 15 third downs. Gator Nation, don't allow yourself to speculate on what Tennessee's offense might generate next week at Neyland Stadium. Breathe in the relief of knowing that your team avoided losing to UCF and USF in the span of 4 games. Anytime you win a football game, there's a place to celebrate that, Napier advised. And we're certainly going to do that tonight. College football issues, weekly reminders that nothing can be taken for granted. Florida received one Saturday night when the time to celebrate arrived later than anyone expected. Photo of USF kicker Spencer Shrader attempting to kick a tying field goal despite a bad hole. Kim Clement/USA Today.